What a beautiful Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. Bit of a change from the clouds and the doom and gloom of the reality of what our nation is becoming. So I thought I'd come on, probably one of my first of many. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Sometimes for some reason my YouTube is a bit distorted in the audio. If there's any issues, let me know. So how important is the 23rd of April? Well, we'll put it this way. Look at the state of the country. Look at what we've allowed our country to become. England at the moment is not the England that our forefathers gave us. It's definitely not the England that they fought for in World War II. And I look at it and I've tried to stay away. I've tried to just get on with life. But then you just see certain things and you start realising that it's about, it's about to a certain point. Can you not get involved? Can you sit back and let the generation of our children have to inherit everything that's now coming? I mean, think about the change that's happened in England. Even over the last, how many years? Say 10 years. Look at the change. When we're in our 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and, we're not the way that we are now, the way that we can fight now, it's the kids, our kids, that are going to inherit these issues, that are going to inherit these agendas, inherit these politicians that are pushing for the things that we're seeing. And then you've got, on the streets of our capital, we've allowed, the Met Police, the government, have allowed extremist groups in, openly supporting terrorist organisations to walk freely in the capital of our country. So how important is the 23rd of April? Let me put it this way. When I first got involved in organising demonstrations and protests, I didn't really know what I was doing. 6-7 years down the line now, I pretty know what to do, what not to do, how to deal with it, how not to deal with it, who to contact, who not to contact. And I've come to the conclusion that I think what's now needed right now is a real hardline organised day of celebration for the English. We need to see hundreds of thousands of flags, St. George's flags being flown, being worn on t-shirts. This is an opportunity for us to all get what we're all moaning about. We're moaning that, look at them, look at on the streets with Hamas flags and, Israeli. I understand there are issues in Israel and in Palestine. I understand that. But this is England. Okay, we can't take on anyone else's issues. This is England. This is not Israel. This is not Gaza. This is not Palestine. The people that I understand there's things happening. I get it, and it's bad, but there are bad things happening all around the world. All around the world. And bringing it to the streets of our capital every weekend. And the way that the police are not dealing with it. And the way that our children are going to inherit all of this. We've become a nation of talkers. All we do is talk. We moan online. We moan down the pub. We moan to our mates at work. We've become a nation of moaners. Then you look across the pond to places like France. Yeah? France. Look at what they've done. Okay, I understand it's in their bloodline. I know they've always been the same. And I'm not calling for riots like the French. But there comes a time when you're going to have to realise that talking on social media is not going to help your children in the future. Moaning about what's happening to your country online is not going to help the situation. Moaning down the boozer, moaning at work is not going to change anything. The reason it's been allowed to go the way that it's gone, and it is the way that it is because we've allowed it to happen. We should have taken action against these agendas. The way that they're implementing these agendas into our school systems, removing Christ and God from the schools. The way that the world is, I know that people say, well, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God. Well, that's fine. But we have lived our lives as English men and women under the values of Christianity. That's what set us aside from the people that live the way that they live, in different countries, which I won't go into. But we live by the values of Christianity, which, you look after each other. You don't hurt each other. You make sure you stand up for what is right. And right now, all I see, even huge social media people, they're just talking. They're all just talking. There's no plan. There's no action. There's nothing. You're all just talking about it. So for once, it's time that pressure's put on these people that get all these, 10,000 likes on a post saying, when are we going to have enough? Enough is enough. And then the next day it's all forgotten again. The 23rd of April, which is St. George's Day, which is iconic for the English, you have to be there. If you've got work, tell them you're not coming. If you've got work and you can't tell them you're not coming, tell them you're ill. If you were supposed to go on a night out that night, don't go. We're going to organise coaches from every major city in the UK to get you down, okay? Because all you need, I'm not expecting millions and millions, even though that's what should happen, because how far does it need to go before the millions and millions realise that, we've lost our country and we could have done something about it. Our children, and I've got 5 kids, and they're in their 30s, what sort of England are they going to live in? Like, the reality of it. Go back 15 years and look at if someone would have said 15 years ago what life is like now in England, people would be like, no, it's not going to happen. It's a conspiracy theory. It's never going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. Well, it has happened. And in 15 years' time, when our children are in their 30s or early 20s, it's them that's going to have to deal with this when it should be us. I mean, people need to start watching some World War II videos. My grandfather on June 6th, 1944, when he went onto the beaches on D-Day, he did that for us. They all did. And we've become too comfortable in our lives. Become way too comfortable. In the fear of being called racist. Let them call you what they want. They'll never change. The media will label you far right forever. Don't worry about it. Move on. Don't be scared to voice your concern for the basis of someone calling you a name. Our forefathers and our grandfathers were shot at and blown up, and invade. We had to go and invade. The Allies had to invade Europe to get it back. To get, where are we in life that we're allowing these minimal things? We need to be united. Absolutely united with this. Every group, every political party, not the bigger ones, the smaller ones, the ones that actually have the real the attempt to try and change things for us and our children. Not the Conservatives, not Labour. They're all the same. It's all being fed in. Really, people don't realise is that it's just a facade. Labour, Conservative, Labour. It's a facade. It's it doesn't. No, none of it, any of it is any different to each other. They all just talk, and when they get in power, they do exactly what their hierarchies are telling them to do. The banking systems are telling them to do. The multi-billionaires. You're all sat there paying your taxes, right? And in some respects, rightly so. But we're at a point now where we're just drained, absolutely drained, and people haven't got the minerals to go out and do something. I don't. I'll happily stand next to someone that maybe I don't really like, but on the 23rd of April, I'll stand next to them. Everyone. This is not about me, about Tommy, about anyone else. This is about everyone. This is about England. So when people say, oh, like, you know, if you don't get on, if you don't like Tommy, Tommy's not organised any of this. His bail conditions are very clear. He cannot organise anything. He's not involved in any of this. Absolutely flat out not involved in it. He's allowed an opinion on it, but he's not involved in it. But if we all actually just for once, one day, just actually came together, you know, I don't care if it's a Tuesday. Don't tell me you've got work. Don't tell me, oh, I can't get down. You know, you tell that when in 20 years' time, when your kids are suffering and going, maybe we could have done more years ago. Because it will come to a point where it will be too late. That will come to a point where it's too late, where the political system is being used against us. Like George. I mean, they've used our democratic political system against us. And they've worked out how to do it. Now, if it's democratic, it's got to be implemented. And if they get to a certain point, well, it's too late. We can't change it. We have to make a stand. This is for anyone thinking, oh, what's a protest? This is not a protest. This is a show that the English still exist, that we're still here, that we're still willing to fight for what's right and fight for our country and to show our pride in England. So make your arrangements. I'm going to organise it. There's going to be a stage which is going to be covered in the St. George's flag. Everything is going to be white and red. It is a day for England. We don't want to see any other flags. That is our day. No other flags. It is St. George's Day. It is the day for the English. Do not sit... To be honest, you don't have a right to moan about our country if you don't turn up on the 23rd. You don't have the right. Because you have the right to get in your car, get on your train, get on your bus, get on in an Airbnb for the night before, get in a hotel on the night before, get at a friend's house on the night before and turn up. This, oh, I'd love to be there, wish you luck. No. Like, no. You've got to be there. Because if the 23rd doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to, and thousands upon thousands of English men and women are not holding the St. George's flag, walking down central London with an iconic video and pictures for us all to remember that we're all still together, and that these extremists and these far left weirdos do not represent England. They might not like our flag. They might not like our country. And they're entitled to their own opinion. But we need to make sure that we keep it up and we show them that this is England. So that's my call to action. Get organised, get it done. Stop with the excuses. I don't care if you lose a day's wage, you lose a day's wage. Lose a day's wage. Get to London. If you live 3-4 hours away, is it worth travelling 2 to 3 hours for your country? Think about what they did for us in World War II. The reason why we're here, why the freedoms that we have. We owe them more than anything. And look at our lives. Look at our children on social media, addicted to social media, addicted. It's time we put the phones down and we come on the streets. Like we did in 2018, just those videos of 2018. Remember the feeling that everyone got when they saw those pictures of just thousands and thousands of patriotic men, women and children holding the St. George's flag the Union Jack, and walking down that iconic road in central London, that feeling gave me a sense of pride to be English. We need a day like that. That is the 23rd of April. And it also happens to be a day that signifies some other things. There will be a stage. There will be a sound system. There will be high profile speakers, English speakers. This is not about Israel. This is not about Gaza. This is not about the Middle East. This is not about anything apart from the English. This is a day for the English. That's it. And we'd love you to be there. So no excuses. I've waffled for now 15 minutes. You can see how passionate I am about it. I promised myself that I wouldn't ever do this again, but I feel like I have to, because the country needs us. Look at what they're doing to it. This is England. I mean, Sadiq Khan, look what he's doing to our country, to our capital city. We're losing our own identity. Our English identity is in front of our eyes. It's just disappearing slowly but surely. It's just going. Parts of London are not English anymore. So let's go down there and be English. All right? If you know, I'll be on loads and loads more until it comes to the day. Once I speak, I'm gonna try and speak to the council, try and go down the right channels of getting this done so it can be done the way that we used to do it. If they want to mess around, if the Met Police don't want to play ball, then we'll just turn up anyway, like we always used to. This is not an incitement for a riot. This is nothing like that. This isn't about this. This is about being English and having a good day and holding loads and loads of St. George's flags and having a fantastic day. And knowing that we're doing something, at least we're doing something. And then when the kids look back in 15 years' time, at St. George's Day in 2024, you can say you were there. I'll speak to you soon. All the details, everything, location, where to be, how to get there, everything will be coming. Just bear with me. It's Sunday. Today was about church. Today was about the Lord. Today was about being entwined within the Christianity faith. And then tomorrow I'll make the calls and I'll keep you updated. Much love to you all. Have a great Sunday and get yourself to London on the 23rd of April.